You are invited to a murder. Arlington Grange, home of Mrs. Peacock, twice widowed, presently in love with a French count. Village social life revolves round her wealth. Colonel Mustard, he's fighting fit as befits an ex-SAS officer who now runs a security company advising foreign governments. The Reverend Green counts his blessings thanks to Mrs. Peacock's generosity. He campaigns for the environment and fervently hopes to save them all. Professor Plum, American graduate from Harvard Business School, known for shady dealings on the stock market. He and Colonel Mustard share an interest in Miss Scarlett, stepdaughter of Mrs. Peacock, lives at Arlington Grange. Her passion is for fast cars and faster men. Mrs. White, trusted family housekeeper, celebrates 25 years with Mrs. Peacock. She hides a secret indulgence. 6 people with murder on their minds.
Good evening and welcome to the very first edition of Cluedo. A murder has been committed at Arlington Grange, and tonight we intend to find out who did it, with what weapon, and in which room. Now, Cluedo, like all good detective work, is about deduction and elimination, and that task tonight falls to these detectives. First, someone you'll all recognise as the man who plays Watson to Jeremy Brett's Sherlock Holmes actor Edward Hardwicke. You'll probably find all this pretty elementary.
Absolutely. But it's the first opportunity that Watson's had to solve a crime without the help of Holmes. He does help sometimes.
But you do work in pairs, and your partner in crime tonight?
Absolutely. This is Karen Beer, who was, in fact, a special constable, so I couldn't be in better company.
And Karen, you've got a taste for the dramatic as well, I gather.
I certainly have. I've recently played Beryl Stapleton, who was the villainess in Hounds of the Baskerville in Taunton.
What better experience tonight? And against them, actress, TV personality and author Nanette Newman. Now, Nanette, I know you've written a lot of books. Have you ever written a murder story?
No, I haven't. I don't think I'm clever enough for that. I stick to children's books and cookery books. But I'm lucky because I'm sitting next to a great expert here. This is Dr. Mike Hammer, and he's a pathologist, so I'm in very good hands.
Now, Mike, your namesake, of course, is a very famous American sleuth. But have you ever played Cluedo?
Yes, some years ago I played Cluedo non-stop for about 2 days to raise money for a minibus. What? So it's good fun.
So you've been in training. Our detectives! Our investigations indicate that one of these 6 weapons was used to commit the crime. The candlestick, a pistol, this poison, the knife, some rope, or was it this paperweight? And there's another part of the mystery for our detectives to solve. In which room at the Grange did the murder actually take place? Was it in the drawing room, in the study, in the kitchen, the dining room, the billiard room, or was it in the library? And now to the evidence. In the events leading up to the murder, Mrs. Peacock was entertaining her latest lover, the French Count Henri de Beauchamp, before the start of a popular village event, the charity fun run. We join her in the drawing room.
Milk and no sugar, thank you. But it's very kind of you to allow us to use the grounds. I'm sure the Save the Mole fun run will be a great success now.
No, we're happy to, Jonathan. Comte Beauchamp and I are right behind you.
Thank you. Now, about the matter of the Mole Sanctuary endowment.
I think it would be better if that were left for the time being. Vicar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mrs. Peacock, is there a problem?
Don't worry, Jonathan. You have our support, but in view of our engagement, the Count and I don't wish to commit ourselves to anything just now.
Of course, I was rather counting on you.
Also, we feel that in future we must choose our charités more, how you say, more carefully. I patronize a charité française which aids the third world. Surely you see that that is more important than moles.
Yes, of course.
I knew you'd understand.
You will be joining us on the fun run, Monsieur le Comte.
Well, I'm afraid my leg will not allow it. I busted it some years ago. In the Tour de France,
Oh, well, it can't be helped. Perhaps we might prevail upon you to be a race marshal.
Thank you for coming, Vicar. The servant will show you out.
Morning, Jonathan.
I don't know what she sees in him, let alone marrying him. If only she could see what a laughing stock she's making of herself. He hasn't got 2 pennies to rub together. He's quite obviously after her money. She called him Barrett and Wimborne, the family solicitor, yesterday. She's going to change her will.
Don't worry, it won't last. She'll see reason in the end.
Oh, fine. It's easy for you to be complacent when you've got nothing at stake.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I've got nothing to lose.
On the other hand, what if she calls in her loan to your firm?
You're forgetting the way Elizabeth feels about me.
Felt! You don't understand. Everything has changed. As of now, she's only interested in that greasy compt. Oh, Mike, can't you frighten him away or something?
Look, don't worry about it. I only have to look interested and she'll drop him like a hot brick.
Alan Jones, anybody seen Alan Jones? So please, would you all stay here? The race is about to begin. Thank you. Christian, John, thank you very much. Lovely costume. Mr. White, Mr. White, would you please attend the drink stand? Thank you. Thank you.
Ah, Colonel, I'm glad to see you here. You'll give these younger men a run for their money, eh? Come and see me later. We have business to discuss. My fiancé and I are planning a restructuring of our business empire.
All right, everyone, this'll get you warmed up. Are we ready? Steady! Go!
Nah, he's a right bolthead, I'll tell ya. Look, Dave, he's no problem. Know what I mean? Sort your life out, I can handle it.
Caught you. At last. I heard you, so there's no use decrying it.
Hang on, Dave. Little local difficulties just come up. I'll call you later.
You're no more French than I am.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to tell Mrs. Peacock.
And I'll deny it. Who's she going to believe? An old trout like you or the man she loves?
She will believe me. I've been with Mrs. Peacock 25 years, and she'll trust me rather than you any day.
You think so? I don't think she'll take an old lush like you that seriously. Do you? Mrs. White?
If I had my way, your type would be strandled at birth. I know your sort. I can read you like a book. You and your smarmy manners and slimy incinerations.
Please, Mrs. White, Mrs. Peacock hears you. I will be unable to protect you very well. You may have another drink, but please, for her sake, be quiet.
What the... Mrs. White? Oh, Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. White, please leave us. We will discuss your future when you've had a chance to sober up.
Yes, but he was in the...
Not another word.
But you don't...
Please, my dear, do not sack her. We must help her fight this terrible addiction.
You're right. We must.
I need a drink.
Oh, don't you want to cheer them in? They'll be back soon.
No, not especially. Would you like a drink?
No, you go ahead, Henri. I think there's still some of your favorite Armagnac in the decanter.
It is a good job. Mrs. White does not like brandy. See you soon, my love.
Jonathan, I didn't know you had it in you. What do you say, Mike?
Mrs. Peacock! Mrs. Peacock!
You're going to have to be very brave, Elizabeth. It's the Count. He's dead.
What? So the French Count, or so he called himself, is dead. And the evidence points to these 6 murder suspects. So, 6 murder suspects, 6 weapons, and don't forget, there are 6 rooms at the Grange. The drawing room, the study, the kitchen, dining room, billiard room, and of course the library. Somewhere in all of that lies the solution to this foul murder. Our detectives are ready to interview the suspects, but first, to decide who begins, Edward and Karen, a test for your powers of observation. There was a phone in the dining room. What colour was it?
Black.
It was black, correct. This means you now have the right to ask 3 questions of these suspects and then make a deduction. But before we start, one final point. 5 of the suspects here will be telling the truth. Only the murderer can lie.
I'd like to ask Colonel Mustard, why were you coming out of the kitchen with a smile on your face?
I had just been told by Mrs. White that the Comte, the so-called Comte, was a fraud. And this was...
What?
Did you not know?
Well, he was talking about a fraud.
He was a fraud. He was a fraud which relieved me a great deal.
He was a very real man.
Because my business, as it were, was a little under threat.
I think you have the answer there.
I'd like to ask Mrs. Peacock. I think there's more to this engagement than a pure love match. How did you meet this Count?
On a ferry.
A ferry story. 3rd question. And then your deduction, please.
Mrs. White, you'd have quite a lot to lose, wouldn't you, if Mrs. Peacock had married the Count?
Why? Well, I suppose I might have, as he was keen to divert all her money to his own charities, and you know where they begin.
Your deduction, please. And remember, who committed the murder, with what weapon, and in which room?
I think it was Mrs. White.
Why?
Never.
Yes.
I've been with Mrs. Peacock for 25 years.
With the kitchen knife? Study?
Yes.
In the study?
So you're saying that it's Mrs. White with the kitchen knife in the study?
Yes.
I have to tell you, you're wrong on all 3 of those assumptions.
Well done.
So those elements are eliminated from further inquiry. And the advantage now passes to Nanette. And Mike, your first question, please.
What do you want to do on about Prof. Plum?
Well, I would like to ask you, Professor Plum, during the time you were running, were you aware of where the Reverend was?
I was rather towards the end.
I think it was a confused situation.
I didn't see him.
I think it was a confused
You didn't
situation.
see
No,
him?
not at all.
Oh, right. Thank
Your
you.
second question.
Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
We'd like to ask Mrs. White. We saw you at the window looking... Did you see the end of the race? Were you still at the window?
Didn't. No, because I was watching the so-called Comte, and I noticed that he came in, and I didn't wish him to see me, so I secreted myself behind the curtain.
Well, Mrs. Peacock, could I find out why you decided to change your will quite suddenly?
I thought these people were my friends. I have not changed my will.
The Comte was conning you, Mother.
That the third will
You must realise this is a very distressing evening for some
yes,
of the people here. Your deduction, please.
We think it's Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard.
A highly suspicious.
No way.
Well, with his background in the SAS, we imagine that he would use a knife.
He is above murder.
In the dining room.
In the dining room. So you're saying it's Colonel Mustard with the knife in the dining room?
Yes.
You're right on one of those assumptions. So, there you have it for the moment. 2 sets of deductions. But before we go on, I want to put that same evidence to our grand jury, the 300 members of our studio audience here. Now, you've seen the clues, you've heard the suspects, and you've heard our detective. What What's your verdict? This is your chance to put your finger on the guilty party, so please make your decision now. And that's how you decided. 1 in 4 of you, 24%, pointed the finger at Colonel Mustard. But 1 in 3, 30%, said quite assuredly it was Vivian Scarlett. Join us in a couple of moments when we will indeed reveal the identity of the person who murdered the French Count. Welcome back. So, a murdered fake French Count with, we now know, 5 possible murder weapons in 5 rooms at Arlington Grange, and now that Mrs. White has been eliminated, the certainty that one of the 5 remaining suspects is the murderer. And at this moment, the finger of suspicion is pointing very clearly at Vivian Scarlett. Oh. Yeah. But before I invite our detective to make a fresh deduction, some fascinating new evidence. Evidence that could help you reach a decision, or maybe put you right off the scent.
He's a con man. What kind of a person hangs on to his title 200 years after his country got rid of their aristocracy?
I know. Everybody knows except Mrs. Peacock. What do you want me to do about it?
Oh, get rid of him. For me, Pete, I can't bear it. He's making a laughing stock out of my stepmother. It's not right.
Well, I'll think about it.
Of course. A girl who said no to a guy when he asked her out might change her mind if she thought he was big and strong and willing to protect her.
With me, quick. There's something I must tell you.
Can it wait?
It's about the man who calls himself the Comte de Beauchamp.
It can't wait.
Aha. So, to decide who has the chance to apply this new evidence first, Nanette and Micah, test for your powers of observation. Professor Plum had a sweatshirt on. What was the educational establishment on it?
Harvard University.
Harvard University, correct. This means you now can cross-examine the suspect. But we're going to limit you to 1 question and a deduction. So a question, please.
Well, we would like to ask Miss Scarlett where she was during the race, because quite obviously she was dressed ready to join in the race when she was in the library with Colonel Mustard, but I never saw her taking part. Where were you, Miss Scarlett?
I ran in the race. I actually won the women's part of the race.
I could confirm that, actually. I was just behind her.
We'll pursue that no further. Your deduction, please.
Excuse me.
Now then, let's just have a little think here.
Highly suspicious.
We think that Professor Plum was rather intimidated by this, and a rather weak man. And what? Yes, I think he was.
No.
And he did it with the paperweight, because obviously he wasn't a man who would use any, really like a gun or anything like that, because he wouldn't know how to. And
I'm an American. How can you say I don't know how to use a gun?
And we think, Professor Plum, you did this horrible deed in the dining room.
So it's Professor Plum with the paperweight in the dining room.
Yes.
You're right on 1 of those assumptions, I'm afraid, but only 1.
Yeah.
So it comes back to Edward and Karen. Your question, please, and then a deduction.
Yes, I would like to ask Colonel Mustard to explain his relationship a bit more fully with Mrs. Peacock.
Is this relevant, do you think, to the inquiry?
Yes, I do.
Colonel Mustard.
I am extremely fond of both the ladies in the family. I've been a family friend for many years, and our relationship has been of the best of friends and, of course, business associates. And that's all I'm prepared to say in public.
I have a strong emotional and financial interest in Mike Mustard.
And a little more, I'd say. Wishful.
Your deduction, please.
Well, we think that it's Mrs. Peacock.
Why?
Because I think there's a possibility that the Count was, in fact, he was obviously going after her money, and that there was some connection between...
Not only has he been called a fake.
I think Colonel Mustard was obviously involved in some way with this, and we think that she poisoned him in the dining room.
So it's Mrs. Peacock with the poison in the dining room.
Mr.
Are you
Bellini.
sure?
Yes.
It was actually in the dining room that the dreadful deed took place. The body was indeed full of poisoned brandy. But as to the perpetrator of this foul crime, it was indeed Mrs. Peacock.
I'm glad I told him he deserved to die. Yesterday, I was on top of the world. I thought a wonderful man was in love with me. We were to be married. I was going to become a countess. Then, between one moment and the next, my life was shattered. I heard Blanche talking to someone in the dining room. The voice sounded familiar, but...
I think she'll take an old mush like you that seriously, do you? Mrs. White?
I know your sort. I can read you like a book. You and your smarmy manners and slimy incinerations.
Please, Mrs. White, Mrs. Peacock, you'll see why we be unable
He went into his act. It was all I could do to keep control of myself, but I had to act as though I hadn't seen through him. So I had to be cruel to Blanche.
Oh, Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. White, please leave us. We will discuss your future when you've had a chance to sober up.
Yes, but he was in the...
Not another word. But it was the only way I could keep up the pretense. Later, I sneaked back into the dining room and poured poison into the brandy. The only person, apart from him, likely to drink it was me, and I didn't intend to. It was so easy to send him to his death.
You go ahead, Henri. I think there's still some of your favorite Armagnac in the decanter.
He was so cheap. Luxuries like the vintage Armagnac were irresistible. I should have known in the way he was greedy with expensive things. I should have known. How could I have fallen for him when Mike was around?
Please come and see me.
So, there we have it. Mrs. Peacock, betrayed, murders the French count by poisoning his brandy in the dining room. My apologies to the 5 other suspects. You are, of course, totally exonerated from blame. Thank you for your help in our inquiries. My commiserations, indeed, to Nanette and Mike for their unsuccessful detective work this evening, and my congratulations to Edward and Karen for perfect detection this evening. Join me again at the same time next week when, once again, there'll be a murder at Arlington Grange on Cluedo. Good night.
Cluedo is back at the same time, 7 o'clock next Wednesday.